Damon is a public servant at Health Canada, and she's also working on a documentary exploring conservatism and creativity in Ottawa. So she'll be talking about her new documentary.
Hi everyone, thanks Vinod. You might have met some of the collective Ottawa documentary crew earlier this evening. There's Nathan, myself, we were going around trying to see who's willing to be, put in front of the camera. And we also have in the back, you might not have seen them, but it's our camera crew, Eric and Anne. So we're all here today. And what we're really interested in doing is telling the story of Ottawa and what's going on and what's probably been going on for quite some time now. Because really there's two Ottawas. There's the national capital Ottawa, the more risk-averse Ottawa, the Ottawa that has a reputation to uphold as not too spendthrifty, not too flashy, and generally you could call it conservative. And you might have also seen it referred to as, the city that fun forgot. So there's that Ottawa. And then there's also, not trying to be too negative, but there's another side, and that is local Ottawa. And people in this room today, and Hub Ottawa, people who are trying to make Ottawa a more diverse, diverse of course, but a more dynamic, exciting sort of city. And again, it's sort of a reaction to that conservatism, and it's not something that's necessarily just happening now. It's been happening for quite some time, but anyway, at any rate, we wanted to explore those two stories that are sort of happening simultaneously. So what we're really trying to, we just started. I founded the group maybe a month or so ago. That doesn't mean it's not good. So we haven't made a direct impact yet, but what we're aiming to do is to really, we're not trying to, this isn't a monetary exercise. We're not trying to make money off this project. We're really trying to give something back to the community and open up a dialogue on this subject, because I think a lot of people have experienced this sort of frustration with a conservative Ottawa and in trying to start up their projects. And I think, Hub Ottawa is a very good step in the right direction. It's one of those steps that people are taking. So we really want to know, what do you think? What do you think will make Ottawa a great city? What do you envision for that? We want to get people excited and interested in promoting change in the city, because I think it's important. I think we all have to take that step. And again, if you're wondering why we chose a documentary versus an article or blog or any of that kind of thing, I personally, I think a documentary is interesting because of the visual effect and the sound. It kind of allows a bit more creative flexibility in that way. So, what do we need? What we need, of course, is funding.
Where's George Brown?
Where's George Brown? And really to cover the technical side of it, of course, like the filming and the equipment and the editing. But more so than this, we also need support from the community, because we don't want this to be one of those projects that falls flat because the community isn't behind it. It's for the community, so it's even more important that we hear your constructive feedback. That, if you want to volunteer time and expertise to this project, we more than welcome that. Not all of us, most of us in the group don't have a lot of filmmaking background, but what we do share is this collective passion to tell the story. So any way that you would want to volunteer, that would be very helpful. Help in distributing the product. What I'm envisioning in doing is not necessarily airing this in a theater, but more so spreading the word through social media and YouTube, and maybe sharing vignettes of the whole project. And also agreeing to be interviewed agreeing to be interviewed on camera, which is what we're doing today. So we set up cameras in the back. So if you've already signed up to be interviewed, I'd ask that you come to the back pretty much after I after I stop talking. And if you want to be interviewed outside this event, you're also welcome to come see me or Nathan to give us your email address. And finally, if you want to learn more about what we're doing, you can check out our Facebook group. So it's a long title, but Collective Ottawa Documentary Group. And we also have a long thing that requires an acronym, I know. And a Google Wiki as well, just to show you, what are we currently working on, where we're at with the project. So that's it. So again, if you want to be interviewed, just come right to the back after this presentation.
Great.
Thank you.